I'm Yeoh Jo-Ann, and I'm the author of Impractical Uses of Cake. Well, there wasn't any one particular inspiration for this book, but I did have an existential crisis. I had turned 35, and even though it seemed to me and to quite a few people, I guess, that I had basically arrived, I had a promising career, I lived on my own, I basically had enough money to travel and do all the stuff that I liked, it still felt a little bleak. I couldn't actually explain why. I couldn't explain why to myself, I couldn't explain why to other people. I guess when I wrote the book, this was my way of really writing it out, trying to figure it out for myself, trying to figure out where I was going, what I was doing, and why. And so it's no surprise, I feel, that my protagonist turns out the way he does. He's 35, he's having a midlife crisis, and he's also trying to grapple with all these things about where he's going, what he's doing, whether he likes what he's doing, even though he's been doing it for some time, the same way that I was when I turned 35. It's not exactly an exciting thing, but it's real, and it I think troubles a lot of us. Sukhin in particular is, I guess, an amalgamation of 4 people I know. So they all like their lives quite orderly, they're quite risk averse, and they're not all Singaporean. But I do feel that it does capture the Singaporean mind quite a bit. This whole averseness to risk, this preference for order, this preference for, well, this non-preference, I guess, for chaos of any sort. And so that's Sukhin's character. And I guess I designed Jin to be that chaos, that source of chaos that nobody really wants. She represents, for him as well as for myself, the mystery of love, the mystery of life, and all of the things that can go wrong and can become disordered, even if you start out right and you make some good decisions. And along the way, I guess it's about where you dare to go and what risks you are willing to take. And I guess she's an embodiment of all of that risk-taking and all of that disorder and all of that unknown that Sukhin comes to grapple with throughout the book. I feel that if Sukhin is a cog in this hyper-efficient machine that is Singapore, then Jin is kind of like a broken part. And I guess I wrote her for all of us who have decided to kind of sit back and just watch this machine roll past and have maybe figured out for ourselves that perhaps we don't have to be part of this hyper-efficient machine in any way. I get asked a lot what Sukhin symbolizes, what he represents. But I think the short answer really is that no, he doesn't really represent anything. He is what he is. He is misanthrope. He likes order, regularity. He's a man who's struggling with who he is and what he's doing, but at the same time continues to do it. So, and I think that's a lot of us. But I do feel that he ended up a teacher, mainly because I've known so many teachers in my life, and I've had so many conversations about the banalities of teaching, all the struggles in the classroom, all the shenanigans in the classroom. And I've always really admired teachers for their fortitude, the mental dexterity that must be there, right, for you to be a teacher. It's funny because I never really thought of my book as having a proper actual reader. When I wrote it, I had just two readers in mind, myself as my first reader, and my friend Kevin Sia, who has basically read everything I've written. I never thought it would be published. I didn't really see it that far. I just thought of it as a book that I had to get out of my system, and so I did. So I guess if I do have to think about my reader and myself as a writer, and then I guess I just want to entertain you. I want to occupy, hopefully, some time in your life, in your space. I hope I make you stop and think a bit. If you come away from this novel thinking of cake or yourself or Singapore in even a slightly different way, then I think that would be amazing for me. Just knowing that. I would like to hear your stories, I think, someday. If you've been changed, if anything has changed for you at all in the course of your reading the novel, in the course of you thinking about it even, then I hope that one day I get to hear all about it.